What's up, everybody? I'm Automatic Jack. I am back for a little more ranked Ruinstorm. I'm going to be taking a hiatus here for the next couple weeks. I'm going down to sunny Mexico. And in the meantime, wanted to get a video out, so we'll start by grabbing ourselves a box of cards here. Take a look at what we get in our crate. It's mostly gems. It is entirely gems. Alright, one big crate full of gems. Good deal. And get our free crate as well. Just more gems. Alright, fair enough. Well, we're working our way up to our next legendary there. So, sooner or later. See what our challenge is. Deal damage to the enemy warlord. Well, let's hope we're going to be doing some of that. Here we go. And Ferrus is first on the docket. Well, we come out with some pretty good starter cards. Seeing that Warp Rift early on. I used to run 2 Warp Rift. I got away from it because... I'll wait till okay. Used to run 2 Warp Rift, got away from it because later in the game, when they come out, they don't really do much for you. But, honestly, I don't know. They're a very good early game pressure card. Very good, scary early game pressure card. Making a Rot Swarm a 1, making my 3 costs 2s. That's all good stuff. Oh, swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. So he can take his shot, but it does not do as much for him as he was hoping. There we go. Get our cheap boys out. We'll go ahead and get the Fallen. We'll get a Rot Swarm up behind that. Question is, do we swing for this guy? He's gonna have to swing regardless once. I think we don't. I think we just leave it where it's at. He does manage to kill the off the Warp Rift. Unfortunately, gets some luck there, but slams it into our Fallen and prints us off a Rockfly. 4-cost Demonettes. Or not Demonettes, sorry, 4-cost Demon Brutes. It's pretty nasty. We'll get him up. I think we'll take the ward there. Well, every time we play a troop, he gains +1/+1. Well, that was perhaps foolish, I think. But it's not going to matter. He's going to be poisoned regardless, and we will leave it there. So if he's smart here, he will hit this first. Saves him from using his action. Otherwise, oops. Well, never mind. I disregard. Was not paying attention to that extra little bit. All right. So we can at this point we could actually put out Demonettes and Eletal. He cannot get them off with his troop, but I would rather actually just poison it and then draw. Draw tactic, no luck there. We kind of want to preserve our health. Ferrus is a very tough matchup. Ferrus has giant cards. He's going to consistently have giant cards. It's not making our lives much easier. This doesn't do as much for us as we would really hope. We could use a Fallen, a Plague Bearer, or something like that. We can get the Eletal out just to put on some pressure and threat. In the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and keep trying to hit him. But he has a huge health pool. He has big troops. He can make them bigger. The only thing he really can't do consistently is remove that poison. But other than that, this is a tough match. Alright. So we can stop his relentless draw, at least. That's something. That's pretty much going to have to be it. We'll get the... we're losing a little value to take off Sistar here this way, but is what it is. The alternative is to let him draw with Sistar, draw a mutation here. I don't know. Answers in the comments. What do we think the best play is? Do we basically sacrificed the Elemental by letting him kill it. Don't have a lot else to play. I think we're just gonna leave it like it is. Even though it gives him a reduced cost card, which really is not good for us on 8 energy turn. I do not know. The alternative there, nail this guy. He kills Elemental. Otherwise, he's I think he's unlikely. Yeah, he's unlikely to be able to kill this Gidalzel. I mean, it's not guaranteed, but it would make it very difficult. Yeah, okay. So, oh, and that is an excellent option here for us. Excellent option. We're going to Silent Death. We're going to... seek our boy here. We're going to outright kill Sistar. We're going to poison the scouts, and we're going to mutate Elemental. Okay. This is much better. This is much better. That actually, that turns out to look pretty okay. And we're going to leave Elemental in stealth. I know the passing up 6 damage to the face is hard to do, but I would kind of like to leave it there. Ah! Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, it was definitely the wrong thing. It was definitely the wrong thing. Well, could have taken that extra swing. You live and learn. Happens. Happens. He can buff up Ecker Trez as much as he wants to. I don't care about that. That's fine with me. We're gonna get the Plague Bearer out. We're gonna mutate it. So it gets bigger and scarier and more poisonous. We are going to poison up his troop. Swing for the face here. Swing for the face again. So he's got his Ecker Trez. He can heal once with it. That's great, I guess. Definitely should have taken that 6 swing to the face. Man, alright, well, lesson learned. Lesson learned for next time. That's why we do it here. Try to learn from my failures. What can his Vorax do? Well, it can kill my Plague Bearer. That it can do. Unfortunately, card-wise, we got few options. Whoa, interesting. Okay, he must have some kind of AoE that he was willing to give me a mutation for, or he just really wanted that Gidalzel off, even at the cost of more mutations. Okay. I think Captain Kragos here, or Cargos? Cargos. Okay. Yeah, we'll just deceit him. Yep, and then we're gonna follow him up. We need the troops. We could use this big body. We like healing. We like all these things. He needs the healing. We've killed off now 2 of his healing cards back to back. He takes his Reckoning, and now he's at 320. Or 316, I suppose. 316. So options include, I think actually, as weird as it sounds, we've got a lot of mutations already. Our Elemental is dead, so we're going to do that so we can get Stealth Demonettes. Stealth Demonettes are very good. Very good. Can make them bigger. Get our Chaos Fury up, get that some extra oomph. We'll take the Survivor on this so it can keep on ticking. And we'll make this a 6/4. Okay, and we got lethal on the board, but he's also getting bigger each time. He's getting bigger each time. Ferrus Manus. Whew. Scary when he becomes the Gorgon. Terrifying. The jam comes out. Yikes. And this thing relentlessly jams? No, it just rallies. Okay, so well, we definitely want the Kagos. Yep, no question there. We want to poison those for the Survivor. That's definitely happening. I think we seek and kill. Oh, should have seeked and counterattacked. Not paying attention. Bad news. Bad news. Alright, and then, yeah, we gotta get that health off. Man, see, this is why we should have smacked him in the face earlier. Would have won the game already. Would have been that. Would have been that. He's got his barky voice, which he really needs. Really, really needs. Unfortunate. Well. It's not looking fantastic. We have no means of getting around that, big front line. That hurts. That does hurt. We'll take off the bunker, take off his front line. It's really the sort of thing. I mean, one mistake there, one mistake, and you end up with a game that definitely could have been won, but probably will not be at this point. Probably will not be. Unless he decides to quit. I don't think he had to quit there. I think he probably had that game. Don't quit, guys. Don't quit. Don't resign. Resign if it's absolutely hopeless. But it was not hopeless. He was healing. He probably could have stayed alive. I don't know what was in his hand, but personally, I don't think he should have quit there. I mean, he knew what was in our hand. It was a 4-5 front line. I do not think he should have resigned. Okay, good start. Solid start. Got some removal. Got some cards that generate on early kills. Generate mutations, generate Rothflies. This deck does not have much draw, so we rely on making our own board presence and cards. Space Noises. That is a great name. Alright. Space Noises playing Tylos. Starts off with the seal. Okay. Oh, when we draw the Warbrick, look at that. That is pretty. That was a great top deck. If he has a little bit of damage, he can get his battle honor. Yeah, he does. He does have it with the Tallyman. But we can get mutations out of this. Yeah, we can get mutations. We can get more Rothflies up. There's lots of options. I think I'm going the mutation route. So those 3 energy cards, this is where Cor'bax is so great with that counter attack. That's why I run Seek and Destroy also. Those 3 health cards that come out early. People like to drop things with 3 health on turn 1, turn 2, because they think of it as more secure, something that can't just be tapped off by the Warlord. Cor'bax has a little bit of reach early on. All right, and we have answers here too. We got Rot Swarm into our Seek. Take that right on off. Make a Rothfly. And we will go ahead and do this so that it dies. He either has to kill it first, making us another Rothfly if he wants the battle honor, or he doesn't get the battle honor and uses it to kill the Rot Swarm, because he's almost certainly going for the Rot Swarm with that. So right now he is contemplating what should I do here too. Should I take my battle honor? Should I take should I just play a seal that jams troops? You know, honestly, like, That's a very good seal. And to use it at that point, I don't know. I don't know. That's a little rough. All right, now we got to get lucky. Now we need some luck. We need to see Kaizo Lane get poisoned. Ha! Ah! Beautiful. All right, there's Kaizo Lane poisoned. We'll get our Plague Bearer back on the board. We will kill off Melgator. And we'll take another mutate and keep going. All right, solid start. We got cards, we got options. We can get some mutated cards up. Yeah, he can battle honor that off, but that's his. I mean, that's a pretty big card to have to use there. So 3/5 with the ability to heal 3, so he's definitely going to try to use that to heal, which means we definitely want to poison it. We will, I think, take the Demonettes, and the question is, do we drop a mutate on them? I've got 2 mutates. I would kind of like to save them for Elatil, if we get an Elatil. Because the chances that we get a really dominant mutate here are not all that high. And we can always do it before our turn next turn anyway. So I think we'll just wait. This way, if he has removal, you know, we don't put the... If we put a +3/+0 on this, and he has removal, that just burns our mutate. That's hard to replace, which we don't love. So instead of that, let's see where he goes from here. Okay, he gets a big boy up. Gives me 3 to the face. Now what do we do? There's the option to do the 5/6, or take the 5/6 with Deceit, hit him in the face. There is the option to poison it, get a Fallen up, mutate the Fallen. I think I kind of like, because he has some, well, question is, does he have giant troop drops for later? And how much energy cost is this? I think we are going to do the poison it into a Fallen, and to mutate the Fallen, get Survivor. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful on the Survivor. And hit him in the face with those Demonettes. And now, yeah, I was going to say, now he can pop Survivor with it. Ooh. Or he can use its ability, which costs energy, to kill a Demonettes. That is 3 energy for his 6 energy, plus whatever, plus his 2. So he'd be spending 8 energy to kill a 3-cost card. That's no good. Has to leave Demonettes on the board for another round. Like, this is not what, that's not where he wants to be. Yep. Okay.
So many voices.
Alright, game 2 down. Let's take another look here. See where we're going. We're already racking up our challenge score. Look at that. Beauty. Ooh. We get a very, very difficult match here. Couldn't really ask for a better starting hand, but I don't know. My confidence level is, I think, 30% that we can beat Valdor. Valdor is maybe our toughest match, other than hyper aggro decks that draw well. Valdor is a very tough opponent. The one advantage that we have is most Valdors are going to draw cards early on and play slow because... Woof. Okay, interesting. Well, that at least slows down his usual game plan. Like, Valdor usually has to draw troops early on because he otherwise is going to get Sentinel up and not be able to draw. We'll take those Demonettes and smash them in the face again. We're already closed the gap. I mean, we're only 3 off him where we started off by 5 off of him. He's got his 3/4, interesting choice. Probably not that great. Probably not that great. We'll get the Rot Swarm. Give him lots of scary targets to choose between. And now we're closing the gap even more. How's he? He is right about at Terra. He's 2493. Valdor is a hell of a solid deck. But we got value out of that Demonettes. I mean, that thing took out a troop and did 4 damage to the face, which for 3 energy, I'm more than okay with. Definitely paid for itself there. So I think here our Plague-Ridden is probably slightly better than our Demon Brutes, because we don't have anything to hit the Rotfly into, so having the Rotfly come back later is probably better for us. Probably better for us. There's a Hunting Eagles. Scary, scary. Well, we baited out the Hunting Eagles. He is a little bit stuck with that. I think we Plague Bearer and Seek it, even though we don't like taking the 6 to the face. We do like the mutation that we get out of that. We're still doing all right on health. He is drawing pretty heavily, though. He is playing the game that he wants to play, which is worrisome. And now he has. That is such a good card. That is such a good card. This on Valdor is absolutely terrifying. I mean, that just gives him the ability to chew through our stuff, usually faster than we can replace it. And it negates a lot of our survivability mutations. So we got to get some troops up here. Yeah, we need to get those troops on the board. He's just going to hammer that Fallen right off the board, unfortunately. The thought occurs to mutate the Rotfly, and I'm going to do it, and I'll tell you why, even though it seems very strange. It is partially for that extra damage, but partially because if he somehow leaves it, then we're going to be able to get Demon Brutes and Frenzy next turn, and that'll give us 3 mutated troops on the board. Frenzy gives you +1/+1 and an additional +1/+1 if the troops are mutated. Alright, and we manage it. Yep, we manage it. Yep. Okay. Alright, so we get our Demon Brutes up. They take their mutation. Doesn't really matter because he's almost certainly just going to hit them. Is what it is. We'll take the... I guess the Cleave because there's a well, no, the Poisonous because there's a possibility he doesn't hit it, albeit not a good possibility, and then we'll get our Frenzy. Alright, so now we got our 6/3 Rotfly. Look at that scary bastard. We could actually just go to the face with both of these, and reduce him by, I kind of like that. Reduce him by so much. Now he is just in bad trouble. Just in bad trouble. Unless he has a lot of healing stacked up in there, he is very low on health. He says, Kaiserland, draw me some healing, please. Kaiserland does not draw healing. But he has to kill 2 troops off, which he can do, and heal himself, which is a tougher option. He does get that 3/4 front line. He gets his flanks, but he's... Remember, we can poison this board. We got health. We got health. And he already swung. And he cannot swing with his Warlord. He can't do it. Okay, I think we take the Giddle Gel here. More mutate. See, this is where the Cleave would have been absolutely brutal. The Cleave would have won us the game. Cleave or Unstoppable would have won us the game. But, alas, there's nothing for it. We'll just take one of his front lines. Poison another troop here. Get his other front line. Whoop. Alright. And he's just, I mean, he's short. He's short. It's that 2 health. The game is not over. The game is not over. It's not looking good, but it's not over. He could have a lot of front line in here. He could have some healing in here. He can draw more healing. The game is not over. Do not resign. Guys, do not resign. Do not do it. It is your chance of winning the game is always non-zero. You never know. They could friggin' disconnect. They could decide that it's not worth playing anymore. Okay. They could decide that it's not worth playing anymore, and they could just quit. They could make some terrible misplay. They could misclick on a card. You never, ever, ever, ever know. Do not resign. Do not resign. See, look at that. He still has a means of staying in the game. Still has a means of staying in this game. We'll take the Unstoppable to get this around any scary options there. We got our Fel Reaver, that's nice. We will poison Kaiser Lane, and we will swing to his face. Keep up the tension. And probably could have taken the Rage. I don't know if Rage was an option on here, but could have taken the Rage and counterattack. Did not pay attention. See, he's got more healing. He's got more healing. Never ever quit. Frankie dude here is doing the exact right thing. He is not quitting. Good for him. Okay, Silent Death there. Probably the Fel Reaver here and another mutation on the Chosen. Oh, actually, that was dumb. We should have poisoned that, but doesn't matter. We'll take the Rage for the extra 1, and we will just leave it right there. Now he can still, I mean, he can hit and destroy this and survive. Brings him back down to 4. It's not ideal. Look at this monster. Oh, and there he goes. Okay, now there is an acceptable place to resign. When the enemy can kill you within the next turn, you can resign. That's, you will see I resign occasionally when I am literally about to be killed, and there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. It is maybe worth it to not waste your time. But on those games where, you know, it's still up in the air, 2 health, 4 health, whatever it is, still up in the air. Or we get our buddy, the Alpha Legionnaire, back. See what we got. Drawing really well today. Drawing some very solid ones. That was my first victory against Valdor in a long time. Goes straight into Alpharius, so this is probably not going to be a trap build because they usually want to play a billion traps. We'll draw now. Draw now to get us out of the way just in case he does have some traps coming. This could be a Secret Order build. It could be some kind of weird card draw, overdraw kind of a thing. We don't know. He's got good cards, though. I would guess this guy is probably fairly experienced based on his having alternate art and his having crucial choice. He definitely is, he's equipped. Alright, so we'll get the Demonettes out. Those are always a good start. Keep closing that gap. Gotta close that gap. Chip, chip, chip. It's a War Masters. Interesting. And he overdraws us, okay. He overdraws us by 1. What do we lose? We lose a Demonettes, we do not care. That's perfectly fine with me. Alright, so we're gonna get the Fury out there. Going to take the +3/+0 on that. We're going to waste our counterattack. We, in most circumstances, would not do that. We just need to get cards out of our hand. We have a lot of cards in the hand. We don't want a lot of cards in the hand. Well, I mean, we do, but we want to have a manageable amount of cards in the hand, because he can always force us to draw 2. Gets a Silent Death off on us, okay. Silent Death without poison is not usually all that brutal. We will... The Plague-Ridden is an option, but then, again, we risk the overdraw. We risk the overdraw. We want that with maybe a little bit less on the board when we do that, or a few more things out of our hand. Now, if he starts putting out cards, we can double Seek it. We can Rot Swarm and Seeks. We got okay, see, this is a perfect opportunity. We get those get the Rot Flies out, get the Seek out. There's Rot Swarm. There's a Seek. We might just throw the other Seek at it. Just to take cards out of the hand. Yeah, I think we just throw the other Seek at it, because we're going to be regenerating cards here shortly. Go to his face. Alpharius is never as low on health as he appears to be. He almost certainly has the ability to transform into other warlords. He's got a one of many in there. Maybe 2 ones of many. We got 20 cards left. So, we'll see. Oh, okay. Or he has absolutely nothing and just gets up. Roger that. Alright, let's take a look at our next one. We're pushing up through our challenges. Beautiful. And now we have a World Eater. I can never keep the World Eater straight. We know from my last video, I have no idea who this is. Is this Ehrlen? Somebody is Ehrlen. Somebody somewhere is Ehrlen. Oh, it is. That's Ehrlen. Alright. 3 damage to the enemy warlord. That's scary stuff. Don't like that at all. But that's where cards like Warp Rift are so good. Because now he has to either removal it, which doesn't leave him with enough energy. Yeah, exactly. He removals that, and he has to hit us in the face. Okay. So we can get... Oh, beautiful timing. Beautiful timing. Get the Blade Bearer up. Counterattack that off. And we're just pushing along. The real disadvantage to having such a great hero power is if you're using it and you don't have other troops. World Eaters generally are not a big troop building deck. If you use it and you don't have other troops, that's kind of trouble for you. Let's see what we get. We get some Plague Riddens. Alright, that's okay. Do we get the Demonettes and lure more removal with them? Usually I wouldn't be as keen to throw cards into the enemy's face, but I think in this case we probably do. I'm not going to swing here in case he has an artillery strike or something that is 2 damage to all. I don't want to leave... I like to leave different healths on the board. No survivors, 2 damage to all like that. Alright, but I think that card does something if you... yeah, I was going to say, if you have troops, so it's okay. It's okay. It's not great. Not great. Not great, not terrible. Okay, we'll just take the extra. Yeah, I'm a little bit afraid of Rage because the World Eaters have so many cards with Rage. If he has a Wrath in there or something like that, I really don't want to give him the option to ping it twice with Rage and get 2 sets of Berserkers out. That could be very frightening. Take the Lectitio, that's great. Using a little energy to draw me a card. Get Kai'Salain out, okay, don't care about Kai'Salain. And... We could Rot Swarm poison it. We could Fell Reaver mutate our boy. We could Plague Ridden mutate the Plague Ridden. We could just Chosen. We have so many choices here. We have so many Plague Riddens though. I think we'll do this. We'll mutate the Plague Ridden. That's awesome. We'll make the Plague Ridden, actually we'll give it to the Survivor. Because his, I mean, Kai'Salain is good, but Kai'Salain is not so good if you are running out of health. I mean, He is dropping. Now he's behind us by 8, and we have more cards and a bigger board. So he really needs to. Yeah, he needs to start doing something. And Kaiserland is just slow. Like, it's a good card, quite a good card. I run him, but he's slow. If he doesn't generate a useful tactic for you, what can you do? Then he's a 1/2 precock body on the board that's not helping you. And if he drops more troops, I can Silent Death, which makes Kaiserland worthless. I don't even have to bother poisoning him, because with 2 turns of sitting there, that's okay. So 3 damage to 5 units. So he realizes that Kaiserland is not helping him, and decides to kill him off. There goes that. All right, so we will take a Demon Brutes back up. We'll take the ward on the Demon Brutes so we can't just get them off. We will take a Rot Swarm. We will go to the face, and we'll go to the face again. All right, so looking a little low on health. He is looking peaky. We got a pretty decent board out. We still got some AoE options. Good God, what was all that? Just gets huge. He just gets enormous. My God, look at this monster. Look at this monster. That guy's terrifying. What is all that? Alright, so we're gonna Fel Reaver up. Silent Death will not work for us because it only works on undamaged troops. Fel Reaver up, poison that, go to the face there.
This is going to hurt a lot.
I have that feeling, Ehrlen, that this is going to hurt a lot. Yeah, okay, and there it comes. There it comes. He's already got Unstoppable. He's got his 10 blast to the face there. Jesus God. Oh! Oh! And he does not have quite enough damage. And that's the end of the game. Alright. This was a day of keeping many people in Mars. Sorry, it was not necessarily the intent, but there we go. Alright. 5 games, good send-off for the channel. Once again, I am Automatic Jack. I will be back in 2 weeks, 2 American weeks, after my sojourn south of the border. Please like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I have yet to receive a comment. If anybody has anything to say, now is the time. Throw me a comment. I would love to hear from you. When I come back, we will do a little more Corps. We will start experimenting with some other decks. We'll take a look at our Erebus options and the Blood Angels drop pod deck that I am putting together. But for right now, Automatic Jack signing off. Thanks, guys. Be safe. Have a good day.